where you're connecting from. I want to believe you can hear me loud and clear. You're welcome to today's live stream. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Also confirm you can see my screen very clearly. You're welcome to today's live stream. If you have a question or anything you want me to analyze, let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I need to be sure you can hear me, and also you can see my screen before I start the class. You are welcome. I was trading yesterday. For those of you who took the trade on Euro USD, I gave a call on Euro USD yesterday. Massive profit. Euro USD is a massive profit. Let me see. Yeah, Euro USD. I gave a call yesterday. I told you our target for Euro USD is high. Yeah, and you can see it has broke. That high has been swept. You can see, and it's very bullish. I'm still holding on Euro USD. Though I've closed 70%. I've closed 70% of the profits I've made at this point. I closed 70%, and I still have a few lots left that is running USD. Same for GBP USD. I gave a call for GBP USD buy yesterday, and you can see GBP USD also has been bullish. I stated it clearly that GBP USD is going to sweep this liquidity, these highs. Okay, and it has done that, and it's still bullish. It's still bullish. Though I expect GU to sell in the week. I expect it to sell later in the week. Okay, so let's check the calendar. So today, Tuesday, the United States will be releasing its core PPI data by 1:30 p.m. That's price production index. The previous was 0.5, forecast is 0.4, so they're expecting it to drop. Okay, they're expecting a decrease, and for PPI the previous was 0.7, and the forecast is, so they're expecting an increase for PPI and for core PPI they're expecting a decrease. Okay, so I would advise you don't take a trade on USD pairs. That's if you don't have any trade on USD pairs, don't trade USD pairs until this news is released. It's one of the reasons I closed 70% of the profits I've made on Euro USD. I've closed 70% because I know a major news will be released. And hopefully before the news is released, I'm going to close the remaining trade on Euro USD. So I would advise that you stay away from USD pairs before this news is released. And if you insist on taking any trade before the news, be very conservative. Be very conservative. Okay. So that's it for fundamentals. And tomorrow, I don't think there's a major news tomorrow. That will be a good day for technical traders tomorrow. So after the news is released today, I'm sure we'll definitely get a clear technical pattern for USD pairs. We're going to get a clear technical pattern for USD pairs after PPI news has been released. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, drop a comment. Drop a comment if you can hear me. I'm not seeing your comments. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so let's go to the charts. Let's analyze dollar index and what's happening on dollar index. So dollar index, I shared this yesterday. I stated it clearly that dollar is going to sweep this low. First thing they did yesterday was to sweep the buy side liquidity, and I stated clearly that dollar is selling from that point, and you can see that is playing out. And I identified a fair value gap. I think the fair value gap is on the daily time frame. I think the fair value gap I identified daily time frame. Yeah, this fair value gap, I said dollar is likely, you see this fair value. I think that's what they were trying to this fair value gap. So this fair value bullish on dollar. Once this fair value gap gets filled and a bullish candle forms or a bullish reversal pattern forms on a daily or 4-hour time frame, I would be buying the dollar. So I'm done selling the dollar. I'm done selling the dollar. I'm looking for opportunity to buy the dollar this week. But I need to see a bullish reversal pattern form on 4-hour time frame or daily time frame. If you have any question, let me know. Any question? Any question? Are you here? Can you hear me? Okay, so dollar at the moment is still bearish, but this is not the right time to sell the dollar. You should have sold dollar yesterday. This is not the right time to sell dollar. This is not the right time to sell dollar. Okay, so I'm neither bearish nor bullish on the dollar at the moment for today's market. For yen basket, let's see. Okay, yen has been bearish. Yesterday they swept while well, that's not moved. I'm not perturbed. Okay, see that's the loss of take profit. So okay, daily candle and the closes bullish. That will be a strong confirmation for if today's candle closes bullish. That will be a strong confirmation for bullish yen. They've after sweeping the to pull back to an internal range liquidity, which could be this fair value gap, which be this fair value gap here. You see this high. This candle was used to break this support. This breakout here. Can you hear me now? 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 Please let me know. At what point did I go off? At what point did I go off? So that I'll repeat what I said. If you can hear me now, please, at what point did I go off so that I can repeat what I said? Can you hear me now? At what point did I go off? Let me know so that I can repeat the things that I said. Okay, so like I said, GJ, my bias on GJ is bullish. My bias on GJ is bullish. I believe you all can hear me now. Okay, bias on GJ is bullish. So let's look at currency pairs, GBP, USD. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know. At the moment, GBP USD is bullish. At the moment, GBP USD is bullish, but this is not the right time to sell, to buy GBP USD. This is not the right time to buy GBP USD. GBP USD has done over from this point that I started buying. This is about 140 pips. GBP USD has done over 140 pips. 140 pips. So this is not the right time to buy. If I'm going to take any trade on GBP USD, it has to be a sell. It has to be a sell. Okay, this is not the right time to buy GBP USD. Rather look for a sell. I expect a strong reversal on GBP USD. Okay, I expect an aggressive sell on GBP USD. The close of today's candle will determine if I will go bearish on GBP USD. Okay, the close of today's candle will determine my bias for GBP USD from tomorrow. Okay, so I'm neither bullish nor bearish on bullish. I'm neither bearish or bullish. So when I'm done with my class, I'll take you to school. Okay, when I'm done with my class, I'll take you to school. Close the door. Close the door. I'll take you to school after class. Close the door. Let me know if there's any other pair you want me to analyze. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so that's my take on GBP USD. Look for sales. Don't buy GBP USD from the current market price. Don't buy. If you want to take any risks today, it should be sell and not buy. But personally, I would wait for today's candle to close to decide on which direction to follow on GBP USD. And that's after PPI news. So I'm not trading GBP USD today. I'm not trading GBP USD today. Euro USD also. I still have a trade on Euro USD bullish. I still have a trade on Euro USD bullish, which is a massive profit. It's a massive profit. I've closed some profit on Euro USD. I've closed some profit, so it's still bullish. Okay, I'm going to exit whenever a bearish reversal pattern forms on 4-hour time frame. I'm going to exit the existing Euro USD trade if 4-hour candle closes bearish. Okay, that is when I will exit my buy on Euro USD. I hope that is clear. Which to analyze? Let's see what's happening on GBP JPY. Okay, so GBP JPY. I sold GBP JPY after the close. Yeah, I think it was at this point I took a sell on. Hey, Jogene, drop it. Go, 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 go. Go and meet mommy. No. So I took a sell from this point. See what happened there. I took a sell. Price went up. I believe the buy was to take stop losses of those who executed sell from this point. Most retail traders will set their stop loss at this high or several pips above this high. So what they've done this morning is to sweep to sweep all the stop losses. That is why I always advise that you set your stop loss several pips above relative equal highs or relative equal lows. Above relative equal high, several pips below relative equal highs. You can see if I had set my stop loss using these highs, they would have taken my trade out. They would have swept my stop loss. But because it is far above this relative equal high, my trade is still running, it's still active. So if the current 4-hour closes bearish, I would expect more sells on GJ. If price breaks out from this support, that will be a valid, a strong confirmation for more sells. If a 4-hour candle breaks out from this support, that will be a strong confirmation for more sells. So it's likely going to get to this. So that is my target for GJ. Okay, that's my target for GJ. And once a 4-hour candle closes below this support, I'm going to bring my stop loss to this high. Because at the moment, it is few pips above the high of this candle. So once price breaks out from this support, which confirms a strong bearish momentum, I'm going to exit. I'm going to adjust my stop loss. I'm going to reduce the risk on the trade. Okay, so that's my take on GJ. I'm still very bearish on GJ. Then the next one, okay, gold. I stated this clearly yesterday that gold will be bullish. I gave this call yesterday on gold, that gold is likely going to come, fill this gap, and from that point, it will buy. And you can see that also played out. After filling this gap yesterday, an hammer candle formed, confirming the buy on gold. I stated this clearly. Congratulations to those who took the buy. By now, you have made massive profit on gold, and gold is still very bullish. Fundamentally and technically, gold is bullish. Flow with the trend, don't trade against the trend of the market. Flow with the trend, don't trade against the trend. With the ongoing conflict between Israel, Iran, America, gold will be bullish. People will invest in gold and not currency. So, no, gold is a safe haven currency. So people will be buying gold right now because they believe gold always appreciates in value. You know, certain times that we expect gold price to go up. Okay, so that's it. Don't sell gold. It's very risky to sell gold. Very risky to sell gold at the moment. Don't sell gold. Okay. So I think that will be all for this session. If there are no questions, is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know.
Cold water. Cold water.
Why please want me to give you cold water?
No, it's finished.
Go. Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Any question? Do you have any question? Any question? If you are still losing in the market, get the ultimate signal software. If you are still losing, but if you are doing well, your existing system is making you profit, you don't need the ultimate signal software. The software was designed for those who are still struggling to earn consistently from the market. So if you are still struggling, you don't know how to analyze the market, you are still confused about where to set your stop loss and take profit when you place trades, you should get the signal software. Get it. Any question? Any question? If you're interested, just send me a message on WhatsApp. Send me a message on WhatsApp. You can see the signal for CHF JPY, GBP JPY sell. Entry price 215.16, your stop loss and your take profit. 50 pips stop loss, 100 pip take profit. USD JPY, we took the sell yesterday and we are in massive profit. We are in massive profit. You can see the sell. The sell signal it gave us yesterday on USD JPY. You can see it. Sell. We took the sell and we are in profit on USD JPY. We took the sell after this point and profit of over close to 70 pips right now. Okay, and you can see the stop loss and take profit. Stop loss 160.06, take profit 158. We are risking 53 pips for 106 pips profit. So we're expecting GU and EU to give us a sell. Hopefully, at the close of today's market, we should get a sell. Okay, yeah, this is sell GBP USD. Sell GBP USD today is 14th. Okay, so all we need to do is wait for. You can see it's giving us a signal to sell, but we need to wait for the 4-hour candle to close. If the 4-hour candle closes bearish, then we can risk selling. You can see if the current 4-hour candle, this candle will close by 2, and by that time they would have released the news. If the news is if it is positive for dollar, if the news comes out positive for the dollar, then we expect a massive sell. Okay, we expect a massive sell. So for those of you who have this software, watch out for GBP USD and Euro USD. If the current 4-hour candle closes bearish, that's by 2 p.m. and the news, please consider the news. If the news is positive for dollar, that is the actual value is higher than the forecast value, we expect massive sell on EU and GU. Okay. Any question? Do you have any pair you want me to analyze? Any question? Any question? Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notification from YouTube. Okay, it appears there are no questions. So that will be it for today's session. Thank you, Mrs. Damilola. You're the only one that is active here. Others, I can't see their comments. So thank you, Mrs. Damilola, for your participation and engagement. I wish you all a profitable trading day. Bye for now. I'm done.
Yay. I'm not done. Coco.